Hey, what's up, guys? It's Russo and Jordy with Backdoor Fantasy Sports, and we're going to be talking about Game 5 with the Celtics and Mavericks on June 17th, Monday. Wow, here we are. That was a pretty astounding, dominant victory from the Mavericks in Game 4. Very unexpected. If you were expecting that blowout, congratulations, because we
You're a
definitely
liar.
weren't. Yeah, exactly.
Congratulations on
Exactly.
being a liar.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I mean, this has been a fun series. We'll see. Like Jordy was saying before we started, if the Mavericks can take Game 5, which is a huge ask, but if they can, you could see this go into 7 games. You know, like the main question that we're all still waiting to be answered is, can Kyrie play in Boston? Which will be interesting to see tonight if he can get that done, because he's just been completely unplugged when it comes to playing in Boston against that crowd. They're like all up in his head, but it'll be exciting to see how this plays out. We hope you guys are having a good week so far. We've got 4 plays for you today. Before we get into our plays, though, if you haven't signed up for Prize Picks or Underdog yet, for Prize Picks, use the code at the bottom of the screen, and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. For Underdog, use code BACKDOOR. They're going to give you a deposit match up to $250 and an instant pick'em special, which is a discounted play that'll help you cash your first slip. There's a link in the description of the video for both of those, and anything else that we're covering, all of that's going to be in the description if you're looking to sign up or join our Patreon. Actually, it's our Discord. You just sign up through Patreon, connect your Discord. But all of that stuff is in the description if you guys are interested in checking it out. If you guys don't mind, do us a favor, like the video. It's the best way to support the channel. And if we get this video up to 200 likes, we'll give away a 30-day membership to our premium Discord. We appreciate the support, and cool. These are the plays we're going to be getting into. I'm running it back with Derek Lively. Points and rebounds, 17 and a half, just one point higher than we got it in Game 4. I like him to get this done again. He was a monster in the last game. And Prize Picks has given us some lines that are not typical, which is exciting. These are kind of underdog looking lines, which is ironic because one of my plays I'm getting on Prize Picks is not on Underdog. But I mean, like these, if you notice the PRA section, the assist section, there's some lines on there that are very uncharacteristic of Prize Picks. And hopefully, I know they're giving it to us like when this season's just about over, but hopefully this is a trend and they're going to continue to give us better value on the board. But anyways, sorry, I'm drifting. So Derek Lively, points, rebounds, 17 and a half, getting that on Prize Picks and Underdog. Sam Hauser, I like his full PRA at 8.5 on Prize Picks. They don't have it on Underdog, so I'm just taking his points at 5.5. What are you getting into, Jordy?
Yeah, so I'm running it back with Derek White's free throws. I know this didn't hit last game, but I feel really good about it, and I'll explain why I think it didn't hit. I'm taking Derek Jones, taking the Derek's here, for over 3.5 rebounds and assists. So really liking that play on Underdog. They don't have either of these plays, so I'm going with Derek White's steal over 0.5, and I'm going with Derek Jones Jr.'s points at 5.5.
We got 3 Dereks and a Sam.
That's true. We got all the Dereks. It's like Pokemon.
Yeah.
We're collecting them all.
Exactly. So yeah, we're not going to really dive into the recap, but obviously minutes affected a lot of those plays. Gafford was almost there, but he only played 10 minutes.
Yeah.
Drew Holiday, 29 minutes, which I mean, we took 11 rebounds and assists. That's a lot to ask for in 29 minutes, typically playing about 40 minutes a game. But you guys get it. It wasn't a good outing for us. Unexpected blowout. Good for Dallas. That's awesome. I'm really ready to get into this Game 5. Game 4, I honestly I didn't watch a single minute of it. I went and saw Duncan Trussell, some live stand-up comedy, which was awesome. But yeah, I got out of that comedy show and I was like, oh my God, what happened to the Celtics?
That's pretty gnarly.
But cool. So before we break these down, if you haven't signed up for Daily Grind yet, they're our official partner. They make the DFS optimizer and other awesome tools like the AI slip generator, the fantasy scores tool, and the middling tool. All of their tools are awesome, and if you go to dgfantasy.com and you use code BACKDOOR, they're giving all of our viewers 25% off for as long as you want to make your first subscription. So you can utilize that for a full year. If you want 25% off all year, take advantage of it. Just use code BACKDOOR and they'll give you that full 25% off. and that's at dgfantasy.com. And yeah, we love their tools. We highly recommend. You will cash more, I promise you. And it pretty much pays for itself. But all right, let's talk about these plays. So Derek Lively, let's see. Again, I don't have the over under up here, so if you don't mind throwing that up while I'm getting my plays together.
Yeah.
Cool. All right, so I'm just going to get right into the play. Points, rebounds. He's gone over the 6 out of his last 10 games. He went off. He's been going nuts on the boards in these last 2 games. 13 rebounds, 12 rebounds, 11 points in both of those outings. Let's zoom in a little bit, though. So we'll go to the last 5 games. Over the last 5 games, averaging 22.9 minutes per game, just 1.8 fouls, 14 rebound chances per game. Shooting 78% from the field, not really shooting that often, but these last 2 games have been a little bit of a different story. So in game 3, he took 6 attempts, put in 5 of those buckets. We know most of these are like lobs, very close to the basket, putbacks, dunks, stuff like that. So I like his, I like him to be able to go over 17 and a half. He went for 24 and 23. The matchup, it's the Celtics, so obviously they're tough. 10th in points allowed to centers, 2nd in rebounds allowed to centers. But he's been, let's take a look at his minutes a little bit closer. Yeah, so in that game 3, he went for 30 minutes, and then still he got all that done in that last game in just 22.3 minutes. Been very active when he's on the floor. A big part of what they're doing, and we know most of this is going to be just, I expect in the same range of points, 10, 11 points. And we only need like 8 or 9 rebounds if that's the case. So 17 and a half, I think, is very doable. So this one is kind of not a whole lot to break down. Yeah, so let's take a look at what DG has to say about it. So the DFS optimizer has this favored to go over. They have it at a minus 125 with the 51.92% odds to hit the over on their odds to hit indicator. Everyone that has this has it pretty much favored to go over, some as high as a minus 135. And then we've got FanDuel over here, minus 118, which is kind of like a 50-50 shot. But go with your gut. If you don't feel good about any of these plays, just fade them and, plug in some other plays that you like. But I'm feeling good about this play. And then Sam Hauser, I like him to get this done. I'm going to zoom into the last 5. So yeah, he's got this done in 3 out of the last 4 games that, have been in this series. Didn't get it done in the game before that against Indiana, but that's kind of irrelevant with this matchup in the finals. So yeah, he's cleared this. He's gone for 13 or more on the PRA in 3 out of the 4 games they've played in this series. I like him to get it done again. He's obviously a sniper from beyond the arc. He's only been averaging 15 minutes a game, pretty much. 5.3 rebound chances per game, and just not really that many potential assists. Pretty much 1 shot for an assist in these games, because it's not really a huge part of his bag. He's a catch and shoot type of guy, but he is pretty decent on the rebounding for where this line's at, just 8.5. He can get this on points alone. So if you prefer his points at 5.5, go for it. That's on there as well. That's what I'm taking on Underdog, but I do like the PRA better because you just have more ways to cash this play when you've got the rebounds and assists attached to that, since he is relatively active on the rebounds as well. Let's take a look at the matchup specifically. So 22nd in points allowed, 15th in rebounds allowed, 19th in assists allowed. So he's got a soft matchup here. And there's a little note here from Outlier, which is the app that we're on right now. And this is kind of interesting. It says Sam Hauser has exceeded 8.5 points, rebounds, and assists in 14 of his last 18 games at home. So, pretty solid matchup. They are playing at home. And if this turns into any sort of blowout in either direction, we know his minutes are just going to go up. So I like him to be able to get this done because even in games where the minutes aren't too crazy, he played 20 minutes in that last game because I think he actually played more than that. 20 minutes in that last game because of the blowout. But typically when he's getting this done, he's getting 15, 16 minutes a game. So I really like this line at just 8.5. We don't need him to go all the way to 13, but we know he can probably cash this on points alone. So I'm feeling really good about it. I don't believe the optimizer likes the full PRA as much as I do. They have it pretty much at a 50-50 shot. It's a 50.65% odds to hit the under. They're slightly favoring the under for this one. So once again, if you prefer the points alone, go with that. And if there's just another play entirely you'd rather take, then just take that. But yeah, some mixed emotions. It looks like most lines, most platforms have this at like a 50-50 shot. But I'm feeling good about it. We saw that he's got a 75% hit rate in this series, and not just barely making it. He's kind of crushing it. So I'm feeling good about it. When we take a look at, let me see, are the points alone on here? Yeah, so the points are favored. Similar situation, 50.45% odds to hit the over. So I just like having that extra rebounds and assists attached. But I like both of these plays. I'm going to be taking the points on Underdog, and we're getting Derek Lively's line on both of these platforms. If you guys are interested in checking out this app Outlier, it really is great. It helps us vet all of our plays, and you can really dive into the details and see why you may or may not want to take a play. And they give you some little interesting insights, like we saw with that Sam Hauser line about his games at home. So if you guys want to check this out, they're also a partner of ours, and there's a link in the description of the video. Just go through that link, and then they're going to give you a 7-day free trial, so you can just enjoy it for 7 days. And it's great for baseball, WNBA. It's great for vetting your plays. So check that out. Enjoy 7 days and see if you want to keep your subscription active. And cool, that covers my plays. I'll pass it over to you, Jordy.
Sweet. Yeah, man. So I went ahead and got the over under pulled up here. Let me make sure this captures my screen here. There we go. All right, so we've got the Boston Celtics are favored by 6.5 points with a total of 210. So the over under on the game is a 210. So I mean, pretty good line there. I think you would like to think the Celtics would win by 6.5. I mean, if they are going to win, I can see them winning by that for sure. But we'll see what happens tonight, I guess. So yeah, I've got Derek White for over 1.5 free throws here. I'm running it back with that play. Honestly, the only reason this play didn't hit, in my opinion, was because of the blowout. I mean, all of these guys sat with, Derek White went to the bench with 6 minutes left in the third quarter, and then by 2 minutes left in the third, 3 minutes left in the third quarter, they'd benched the entire team. And then, the Mavericks followed suit in the fourth quarter. So literally the entire fourth quarter was, no starters, and a majority of the third. So Derek White he got fouled multiple times. I mean, he was drawing fouls. He was the reason they got into the bonus in the first half. He just didn't get fouled to get onto the line, sadly, but he got fouled 3 or 4 times. So the dude's drawing fouls all the time. He's hit this play in every single game except that last one in the series so far. So I love this play. I mean, I've been a believer in this play since the beginning of the series because he's been drawing so many fouls. Over the majority of the year, he's gone over this play about 50-50. It's been kind of 50% of the year, but in this series, he's looked really aggressive and getting fouls. So I feel great about this play. They're 11th in free throws allowed. They kind of get, they have a lot of young guys who foul a lot. So that's just kind of, the territory. So I feel great about him going over this line here. The 1.5, going to be running it back with that one. And this Derek Jones Jr., I feel great about this play. This one on Daily Grind is favored just slightly to go under. It's like a 50-50 shot. You really can't even say that. It's a minus 117 to go under, so it's slightly favored to go over. I feel good about it, though. He's gone over this in every single game except the last one, of course, because, the blowout and everything like that. But the dude has gone over this in every single game in the series so far except the last game. And he's been just killing it over the last 10. 9 out of his last 10 he's gone over this, but just missing it in that last game. 17 out of his last 20 he's been getting a lot of time in this playoff series. He's been getting about 30 minutes a game. In the last 2 games he's only been getting 15 to 16 minutes, so he could have easily had the opportunity to cash that last game. But I think we'll see his minutes kind of fluctuate like that. It'll go from 30 to 15 to whatever, just however long they need him. Sometimes this guy goes on a run and they keep him in there because he's such a freak athlete, and he plays pretty decent defense. So I feel good about him going over this line. Like I said, in the last 5 games, he's gone over this 4 out of his last 5. Just missing it in that last one. He still had 2 rebounds in that game. He just didn't get that extra rebound or those 2 assists that we were needing from him. But sometimes he just goes over this line and just rebounds alone. So, there's a lot of upside to this play. If we look at his position, it looks great. 21st in rebounds allowed and 13 in assists allowed to small forward. So, loving what I'm seeing here for Derrick Jones. And like I said, the odds aren't favoring this to go over. So if you like the under, take it. It's kind of favored each way. Just kind of depends on what happens tonight. But I feel good. It's such a low line. And for a guy of his size and his athleticism, I feel great about it going over. So yeah, I mean, that's just my consensus on the play. We'll see what happens tonight. On Underdog, like I said, I'm taking Derek White's steal for over. I mean, this to me just feels kind of like a free play. It's a 0.5. I know it's a 0.75x, but to me that just gives me like a confirmed play in my lineup almost. Like that's the way I look at it. But yeah, he's gone over this a lot against them, and he's great at defense, so that we don't even really have to explain too much. And then the Derrick Jones Jr. It's just his points. The dude is like kind of like a 3-and-D guy sometimes, and then just wherever they need him. But that's the play I like for Underdog the most on him, so that's what I'm taking there. But I love the rebounds and assists the most for sure. But yeah, that's my 2 plays. If you guys want to check out Chalkboard, we definitely recommend it. Prize Picks has been kind enough to give us some good lines over here, but still the lines on Chalkboard are just so much better. Like I'm not even saying that to just like hate on Prize Picks or anything. I'm just saying that because it's the truth. I mean, and like you go over there and you get some crazy lines. You get like first basket of the game. You get a bunch of 0.5 threes, 0.5 like rebounds. Just so many different lines for a lot of these different guys. So if you guys want to go check them out, use code BACKDOOR at checkout and they'll match your first deposit up to $100. Or there's a link in the description. It'll take you right over there to get signed up. So yeah, that's the 2 plays I've got for you.
All right, before we get out of here, I got one more honorable mention, and that's the PJ Washington free throws on Prize Picks. They're giving it back to us at 1.5, which we cashed on easily. If you take a look here, it's just been an absolute wagon. He's gone 9 of his last 10 games. He's gone over 1.5. So he just missed that last game when they had the blowout, and I don't even think he needed to play that. Yeah, he played under 14 minutes in the last game. So this has been an absolute wagon. That's just a little bonus play for Prize Picks. I'm going to be throwing it in a bunch of lineups. I just want to let you guys know about that before we get out of here. And then if you guys want to join our Discord, we're very active in here. We have a great community, and we've been just going nuts with baseball and esports and WNBA. Like we just cover everything in here, and it's just a nonstop action. We have analysts like Consul is in here literally at like 5 a.m. putting plays together, and then Moose, comes in, puts his plays together. And then we have a lot of heavy hitters in our community. So just good vibes in here. We work together. And if you guys want to join, just go through the Patreon link in the description of the video. Once you sign up through our Patreon, you just go into the settings and connect your Discord, and it'll unlock all of our channels in here for you. And hop in the community chat once you join and let us know you're new, and we'll kind of show you around, show you how we do everything in our Discord. But we're very excited, guys. We are working on the build out for fantasy football. We're going to be coming at you relatively soon with some dynasty content because obviously regular football doesn't start for a few more months. But for those of us that play dynasty, we're already getting active. So we've had our rookie draft. Jordy and I are very excited to start diving into some dynasty content. So yeah, make sure you're subscribed, and yeah, if you guys don't mind, hit the like button on your way out. We appreciate you. Enjoy this game, and hopefully we get a game 6. Should be exciting. But yeah, we'll catch you in the next video, guys.
Good luck, guys.